I'm filming on cinematic mode on my phone, just out of curiosity. I feel like I should probably try using the features on the phone a little bit more. And I don't hate it, but it's definitely very fake bokeh. Like, I can tell that this is not the natural depth of field and it's just kind of artificially put in. But I have heard that potentially the new iPhone coming out this year may have a manual version of this, so it would actually look quite nice. Because the only way to really achieve it is to use a real camera. Anyways, random vlog. I'm just literally filming snippets of my life wherever I can, wherever I feel like it. So this vlog channel is just really a mishmash of whatever I'm putting together, and then after I've done a few clips, I just kind of string them along and upload them. But I'm just feeling really anxious at the moment, and so to me it just felt like a good time to pull out the camera and just start talking, because that usually helps me clarify my thoughts and be less anxious. But I just have a lot of things going on. I mean, I have 2 young kids, so yeah, there's always a lot going on. But yeah, I guess I'm not feeling super great because my son isn't feeling so well, and I'm not going to get into it, but it's just when you have a child that's not feeling well, it's like your whole world just feels kind of crappy, quite honestly. So no matter what's going on, you could have like literally had won the lotto or something. But if your child's not well, then it doesn't really matter. You just want your child to feel better. So that's been kind of like a cloud that's been sitting over me. And so I'm just trying to get some work done since it's really late. And then most people are asleep. Most of the family's asleep now. So I can do a little bit of focus work. And all I can think about is just not feeling super great. I'm still anxious. I still feel a little anxious, but it is almost, I need to get back to working, because I think the not working part is what adds to the anxiety. I was supposed to have some friends over for dinner tonight, but kind of glad they didn't come, because in the end, like, as I said, my son was sick. So I wouldn't have been able to accommodate them anyways. Thinking that I should stop filming vlogs so I can focus on the other 2 channels and actually get them up and monetizing them, and but I love vlogging. I love just yapping away at a camera and filming the most random crap, and it doesn't fit on any other channel except this one, so that's why this exists. So we're at this playground in South Bank. I know, random. Apparently it's been here for a little while now, though I haven't been to South Bank in a while because I don't come to the cities often anymore. But yeah, there's this playground using lots of rocks. Looks pretty cool. Looks like the ground is concrete, right? Since everything else is concrete. But you would be wrong. It's pretty cool. This is actually rubber, or like some sort of like foam material. So it's very bouncy. But it means that when kids land on it, when they inevitably fall off this equipment, it's pretty soft. It's not too hard. And so they don't injure themselves as much, as opposed to the footpath everywhere else is concrete. But it looks exactly the same, so we didn't think, when we saw it, we're like, oh, this doesn't seem like a safe place to play, but it actually is. So, yep. Bubs and Tobias are somewhere in the playground right now, and Baby Go and I are just chilling, wandering around. She's too small to play on equipment. We are headed over to Muji to get some travel containers, because we're traveling so much more now, and we also have a lot less space for 2 kids in our luggage, so everything needs to be downsized. Travel stuff. How cute is this shop? It is so cute. It's like, this has got the best shopfront window. Got the best shopfront window. It's so cute. don't think I'd buy anything here because I don't really need anything, but it's really cute, isn't it? So I just recently got back from a short trip into the city, and on the way back we decided to drop by Chatston because I've been ordering, well, if you read my beauty vlog, then you know that I order quite a bit of makeup from Dior. Review, it's a whole strategy that I've been trying to focus on. I don't know if I actually went into it in any of my vlogs, but anyways, that is what I was doing. And so I hit gold status. So they have levels that I hit gold, and you're supposed to have like a welcome gift, but they don't send it out to you. You have to go to the store to pick it up. So I went into the store and picked it up, and it's like surprisingly larger than I thought. So I thought, let's just unbox it. It could be really terrible, or it could be really cool. Oh, I've not seen this ribbon before. I've ordered all this makeup off Dior, and they don't use this ribbon typically. So, okay, it already says what it is. So this is what it is. It's kind of already in a plastic bag. It is travel perfume. This is the box. It's a really nice box. It's kind of cool. Huh?
What's that?
I think this is a bag. Okay. It's like a pouch, is a drawstring pouch, which kind of looks cool. Ooh, because it's very similar to the scarves that they sell. So it's like a drawstring pouch, and this little perfume bottle. Oh, it does have perfume in it.
Yeah.
Blooming Boutique Toilette. How cool is this? It's actually, yeah, it's actual perfume. Anyways, exciting. Can you guys see? Oh man, it's like very obvious to me, but I don't know if it's obvious to anyone else. But you see how I have like this sort of regrowth happening? That's the result of my postpartum hair loss. But it's like, it's so weird to have like have really long hair, but then have like a lot of my hair only this length. And no matter what I do, especially if I tie it back like this, you can see it more obviously. At least it's pretty obvious to me in real life. And so no matter what I do with my hair, yeah, anyways, I see it clearly. And there's a part of me that's like, I think I really hated it at the start when I was like losing all my hair. After I think about the 5 months postpartum is usually when I experience all my hair loss, and it was like, just like chunks and chunks of hair. Now it's much better. It only lasts for a few months for me, and then it's like just settles down again, and my hair has stopped falling out. But now I've got all this regrowth. I don't know, it just looks like I'm a spring chicken or something, like all this weird regrowth. And I feel like I should be bothered by it because I am a little bit, like, it doesn't look super cute. But then at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I think I'm maybe just, it's like, I'm kind of sad that I'm never going to go through this again, at least not intentionally. Because we don't intend to have any more children. Just two has always been what I thought. If I was to have children throughout my whole life, I thought if I ever have kids, I'm only going to have 2. And that's the same with Tobias. So we have 2. But I do feel like we talk about it sometimes, like, oh, what if we had a 3rd? And we definitely, like, in our situation, in our life and how everything is, we definitely don't want a 3rd. But I think in a world where, say, money wasn't an issue, work wasn't an issue, and life was just a lot less lifing, I could see us having a 3rd. Because I like the idea of being slightly outnumbered. So I kind of mourn the idea of that ever happening. But it's kind of like the same as, wouldn't it be nice to like own I think studio, like an apartment, like have several apartments littered all over the world. So we'd have like an apartment in Tokyo and London and New York, and we could go, like, you know, it's kind of those pipe dream things. Like if we won the lotto and we had like $50 million, this is what we would do. But that's never going to happen. So it's the same idea as a 3rd kid. It's just like, unless I won the lotto, it's never going to happen. And then at my age, I'm like a few months turning 42. Yeah, like I'm really glad we had kids at the age that we are, because we have established our careers. We've experienced a whole life. Like lived almost 20 years together as a couple without children, like as in we were a couple for 20 years without kids. So we got to experience lots of things prior to having them. So there's nothing in life I want more than just to be a mum now, and then maybe a grandmother one day, but that's all I want. I don't want anything else. So I'm like fully committed, whereas like some people, if they have kids too young, might still be yearning for something else. But I will say that one of the downsides of having kids at this age, besides potentially not being able to have them, is the energy level. I don't have the energy. Toby somehow, despite being older than me, has the energy for it. I don't. I struggle a lot with just like running and jumping. And I just know that if I had kids, say 10, 15 years ago, which I think a lot of people who knew Tobias and I when we first met assumed that after university we would just get married and have children, because we met when we were basically babies. I was 19, he was 21, so we were very young. If we had kids at that point, we would have the energy to keep up with them. But I also knew that I wanted a career first and I wanted to travel and all that. So anyways, you can't have it all. You're gonna have to excuse how bad this angle is, because this is my desk and I just finished filming a Zenpop box unboxing video, so that's why there's a lot of these components. But I just feel like I need to share this with somebody. But how crazy am I? Am I the only person who does this? And probably only with Dior. Like, I don't know if other people do it with other brands, but this is how many stick foundations I have with Dior. How crazy is this? And the reason is because I can't seem to be satisfied with a certain color match. So I actually, because I've spent all this money on this, I actually do intend to update my blog post so that I can share the swatches for all of these. Just like, why not? Makes sense. But I have N1, 1W, ON, and 1CR, Cool Rosy. And for some reason, like, I've always been a 1N person in the Dior range, and now for some reason it's just, I don't know, it feels like it doesn't match my skin tone. So then I was like, well, I'll try 0N, maybe that's it. Oh, I think 0N was the first one I got and it was too light. So then I went 1N. I'm like, why does this still feel like a little tanned? So then I was like, well, 2N will definitely not be it. Maybe I'll try 1W. And that was like still not quite right. So then I went with 1CR, like a cool tone version. And I think now I'm not sure if I sit between 1CR and 1N. But ultimately, when I use these and I blend them out, you can't tell a difference. So I don't know why I'm so hyper fixating on this thing. I'm trying to get the perfect match, because you know what's really silly about the whole thing is that I will, like, once Chanel Dior come up with a new foundation, I'm going to move on to that one to try it out, because I'm reviewing these for my blog. I'm actively trying to create content around luxury makeup. So, like, I don't need to have the perfect foundation shade. I'm sorry, it's late. Anytime I vlog or when I sit and talk to the camera, you guys know it's past midnight, so I'm always tired. So that's why I sound so discombobulated. But I don't need to hyperfixate on this. And for some reason, I am. I'm sure it's my anxiety speaking, and that's probably why I'm doing this. But it's so silly to me. Like, I finally sat down, I looked at my makeup drawer because I wanted to film a video with my makeup drawer, and I'm like, why do I have 4 of these? And I'm like, Selena, you have a problem. You really have a problem. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this tiny, tiny camera. How crazy is this? It is actually a working camera as well. Let me show you. Fully turns on and everything. It takes photos. It charges USB-C and micro SD card here. But yeah, it takes photos and videos. It's crazy. It's so cute. It's supposed to be like a keychain. Anyways, if you're curious, I got this from Kmart for $29. So not bad. I don't think I would treat it as a keychain because I think the screen would probably crack if it hit my keys. But I just thought it was the cutest, most pointless thing ever, and I'm totally going to use it. The quality is definitely not good. I just find it such a novelty. And yeah, so I ended up ordering one for Tobias, one for Violet, one for Jimmy, because I think it would be so cool, especially because photography and stuff is something the four of us have bonded over initially when we first met. So I'm like, I need to get one for everyone. And then I noticed that there's like many digital cameras, like Kmart have like a bunch of new stuff that came out, all camera related. So I picked up a few things, especially because Bubbies is really starting to get into photography himself. So we wanted to get him a camera, a cheap one that we knew that if he broke, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But yes, this is so cute. Well, I have officially made it to 12,000 sales, or over 12,000 sales on Happy Clouding, which is crazy. And you can also see this. Let's talk about it. I'm sat next to a bunch of boxes that I need to work through, and I actually am figuring out how to film a vlog for A Beautiful Fable, because these are all my like shipping boxes. Well, these are some of them, but I'm just so not even sure what to do. So I'm probably going to wrap up the vlog, but I thought I would just end with some thoughts about the whole US tariff thing. I don't personally have like strong opinions, or I don't personally feel the need to go into like the whole political landscape, because that's just like not what this video or anything is about. But I just feel exhausted by the fact that like trying to navigate how I'm going to work this through now, because a decent amount of my customers are based in the US. And in case anybody didn't know, I am based in Australia. I felt like that's pretty obvious by all my content video, and if you followed me for any length of time. And just now having to work out how the tariffs affect me. And yeah, I haven't really figured it out. And the tough thing is like, so if you are based in Australia, then you'll know that today Ozpost announced that they are suspending all shipment, like parcel shipments to the US. And we're not the only country doing that. I think India, Germany, and there was like another country that's done the same. So it's like a huge global thing now. I think we're getting so close to when the tariffs need to be enforced. So a lot of these postal services that haven't worked out how to manage them are freaking out. I guess nobody knows or knew if it was going to happen or not, because the US goes back and forth a lot on what the rules are. So I think now the rules are actually going forward, and now all these countries haven't really figured out how do we manage this. And so like small businesses like myself, and I'm not the only one, I know there are like many people being affected, but also much worse off, because imagine if this was like your only source of income to support your whole family, and now you're being impacted, and like what do you do? I'm really fortunate that it isn't my only source of income, but it does highlight to me even more so about the need to diversify. So important. Like I've been really focusing this year on the little time I do have between the wonderful naps with my daughter on how to diversify my income outside of my day job and like my offline life, like my online persona, side hustle, whatever. Like how do I like grow all the income sources so that they are viable? And for a while now, the sticker shop has been probably my biggest main source of income. And it made me so nervous, because on the one hand, I feel so blessed that I'm able to run a small business that is so successful whilst, you know, having a family and my own job and a bunch of other things that I do. But on the one hand, it felt really risky that it was like my only source of like online income. Yeah, let's go with online, because that's kind of what I refer to when I say like my side hustle, like things that I do for myself in that sense. And I knew that I really needed to work hard on getting other sources of income. Like that's why I put so much effort, or I did. For the last 4 months, I've fallen off the face of the earth when it comes to blogging. YouTube actually used to be a really big source of income, but then I had children and I just didn't have the time to upload anymore, and so I've lost a lot of that income. But that's something I really wanted to focus on clawing back, and figuring out how to do that has been challenging because it's such a time, like it needs so much time, and that's just not what I have at the moment. But the sticker shop has been easy to run without having to invest a lot of time, if that makes sense, because it kind of runs itself to most degree in the sense that I can do a lot of it kind of in between parenting and cooking and all that sort of stuff. But I can't really do YouTube in between cooking and cleaning and that sort of thing. It needs a little bit more dedicated headspace. Anyways, this is just like my late night ramblings and I guess some level of anxiety over how the tariffs are going to affect me and how that will affect the business, and even more reason, let this be a lesson that you really, really, really do need multiple sources of income, because you cannot depend on just one source, because if something happens, that's it. So I'm really blessed that I've always known that I've always worked towards that, but also sucks. But 12,000 sales, I'll take that. I hit 10,000 earlier this year, and I can't believe that it is, as of filming this right now, the 12th, the 12,000, what am I saying? As of filming this right now, it is August, and so I've hit 12,000, and I don't know what's going to happen now. Try to keep up these sort of mini vlogs where I'm just kind of like jumping in and out and giving you a little bit of a behind the scenes, but also really it's just kind of like my verbal diary. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble. This is Selena reporting from my room or house. Back to you, Jeanette.